Spectre Divide is a free-to-play 3v3 tactical first-person shooter created by Mountaintop Games, a team of veterans from companies like Respawn and Riot Games. I have been playing this game for more than half a year at this point, and in this video, I'm going to explain all of the mechanics of Spectre, including its abilities, gunplay, maps, and more. And remember, the game is still in beta, so some features aren't fully implemented yet and everything is subject to change. So without further ado, let's get into it, starting with the game's core mechanic that sets it apart from every other game on the market: Duality. To put it simply, in Spectre, you have two bodies. You can only control one of these bodies at once, and you can swap between them at any time. Your two bodies have the same amount of health and all the same abilities. To move your inactive body, which is called your Spectre, you can throw a puck that will teleport your inactive body to the place where it lands. This teleport will take longer the farther away your Spectre is from where your puck lands. If you die while your Spectre is still teleporting, the teleport will be cancelled.
Fuck. My recall.
Enemies and teammates see a trail that shows where the Spectre is teleporting from to get to its destination. Your inactive body will always be crouched, and if someone runs near it, your active body will receive a warning that someone is close to your Spectre. Walking past someone's inactive body won't trigger this warning, since you are silent when you walk. Inactive bodies will also detect jumping sounds, but you have the ability to silently mantle on top of most boxes or obstacles. When your active body dies, you will automatically possess your Spectre after a short delay if it's still alive, so you can use it as a second life to make more aggressive plays. If you start an action with your active body, such as planting, defusing, or reloading, and then switch to your Spectre, your other body will automatically finish the action. The duality system is the backbone of this game, and it encourages you to be creative about how you place and use your two bodies. With the big twist of the game out of the way though, let's talk about some basic game information. Spectre is a 3 vs 3 game that follows a basic bomb defusal rule set. The attackers need to plant and detonate the Zeus, and the defenders have to prevent the Zeus from being planted or defuse it. The Zeus takes 4 seconds to plant and 7 seconds to be defused, and it can be halved like in Val. The Zeus will explode 50 seconds after it is planted. The standard game mode in Spectre is 1st to 8th, with 7 2-minute rounds per half. In casual and ranked games, the game will end in a tie if both teams reach 7 rounds. With that out of the way, let's talk about the abilities. As of when I'm recording this video, Spectre has 8 different sponsors, which are basically the different classes that all have their own unique abilities. Each sponsor has 3 standard abilities, and there are no ultimate abilities in this game. For example, Pinnacle International has a frag grenade, a stim that provides healing to your active body and a movement speed boost to your Spectre, and a flashbang. The sponsors are split up into 4 different roles based on what kinds of utility they can provide to the team. Each sponsor has at least one ability that ties into the duality mechanic in some way, such as Morgan's Smoke Shift, which allows you to teleport your Spectre into a smoke when it lands. I won't go through all of the sponsors in this video, but they are all available to try out in the practice range in-game. It's also worth noting that you can see where your abilities will land or be placed by looking at the minimap. Let's move on to the economy and the weapons. The shop in this game features 5 different tiers of main weaponry, as well as sidearms. Weapons are sold in pairs with 2 different guns, one gun for each of your bodies, such as the Duster plus the Hornet, or the Blackout plus the Crusader. If you only have one gun due to one of your bodies dying in the previous round, you can rebuy the same weapon pair for a reduced price, since you already have one of the 2 included guns. If you buy a weapon pair when you already have a gun, that gun will go into a team inventory that your team can use for their buys. This team inventory is reset every round. You can also request a buy from your team, and both weapons in the requested pair need to be purchased for you to actually receive the weapons. You start every round with the Carbon, which is a pretty basic pistol, and a Knife, which lets you move faster when you have it equipped and deals 50 damage to the front and 150 damage to the back. The Tier 4 weapons are generally regarded as the normal full-buy guns, like the AK in CS or the Vandal in Val. You can also buy shields and abilities in the shop, with each sponsor having their abilities priced differently. There is also a quick buy option in this game, which will automatically suggest purchase options for you, including abilities and shields, depending on how much money you have. If you lose 3 rounds in a row, you automatically get free heavy shields, and each team starts the half with 1 loss for the sake of this loss streak bonus. Before the round starts, you can also teleport your bodies using the map. As for the guns themselves, many of the guns are fairly similar to guns in other TAC FPS games. I'm not going to explain all of them in this video, but you can go into the practice range to see all the stats of the weapons and try them out yourself. The shop can be confusing at first, but you'll get the hang of it after you've played for a little bit. With that out of the way though, let's talk about the gunplay itself. In Spectre, you are heavily encouraged to aim down sights in order to shoot accurately. While ADSing, your first shot is fully accurate, and the recoil is also much easier to control and follows a recognizable pattern. While scoped, your movement speed is significantly reduced, but there is no penalty for moving and shooting while ADS'd. When you hip fire, moving and shooting will cause you to lose accuracy, and hip fire is generally less accurate and reliable than ADS, although it is still very usable at close range. The gunplay may feel strange at first, but if you put some time into learning it, you'll start to get the hang of it pretty quickly. Oh, and by the way, Spectre uses the same sensitivity scale as Valorant does, so just use your Valorant sense for this game. If this guide has helped you at all, please take a moment to subscribe, because this stat is terrible. With that, let's move on to the maps. As of when I'm recording this video, Spectre has 3 maps: Metro, Mill, and Skyway. Each map has 2 bomb sites in a mid-area, with defenders and attackers on opposite sides. The maps in Spectre are created with the duality mechanic in mind, so there's a bunch of spots that you can only access by teleporting your Spectre there, such as Jail on Skyway or Vent on Mill. Maps in Spectre also have reveal walls near the attacker's side of the map. These walls are up for the first 40 seconds of every round, and if a defender walks past them, their location will be revealed to the attackers until they walk back across the wall or the walls go down. The map Skyway also has these green areas called fast recall zones on the map that allow your Spectres to teleport twice as fast when you throw your puck onto the zone. The maps are the last big gameplay feature to explain, so everything from now on is going to be about non-gameplay mechanics like game modes and cosmetics, so feel free to skip towards the end of the video to see some more gameplay. Alright, let's start off with the game modes. Spectre currently has 2 main game modes, Casual and Ranked, which both use the same rule set. There is no deathmatch mode as of now, but it's something that the devs might add after the game launches. There are 7 ranks in Spectre, from Bronze to Champion, and each rank except for Champion has 4 tiers, with Tier 1 being the lowest and 4 being the highest. There is also something called the Team rank, which is your rank when playing with a specific stack of 3 players. When playing in a 3 stack, you can choose to have your wins and losses affect either your solo rank or your team rank. Spectre also has another way to compete called Crews, but this system isn't entirely fleshed out yet and there will be more info on it when the game launches. If you want to learn about Crews, pause the video and read this explanation from one of the developer Q&As. With that, there's only one big thing left to cover: how you unlock sponsors and cosmetics. To unlock sponsors, you have to activate their endorsements, similar to how Valorant's agent contracts used to work. You can progress through these endorsement tracks by playing games and completing quests to earn fame, which is basically just XP. These endorsements also include cosmetics, and when you reach the end of the track, you will unlock the sponsor. Talking about cosmetics, this game is completely free to play, and so it has a bunch of cosmetics that you can buy with premium currency. First off is of course, weapon skins. Gun skins in this game work in a similar way to Valorant skins. There are different skin rarities with different qualities, and high rarity skins can be upgraded to have special effects or color variants. These upgrades can either be bought with premium currency, or earned by activating a weapon endorsement and progressing through it for free with XP. There are also knife skins, but we haven't actually seen that many of them. These skins are sold both in bundles and in a rotating store. Aside from gun skins, there are also sprays, gun buddies, and player banners, which can be obtained in bundles or by completing sponsor endorsements. Last but not least, there are also cosmetic outfits you can buy to change how your player character looks. You can customize both your main body and your Spectre with different cosmetics, and they can't both be wearing the same outfit. Alongside purchasable outfits, you can also change your character's hair, face, voice, skin color, and more. And with that, I have now explained every major mechanic that you need to know in order to play Spectre Divide. If you have any additional questions that weren't answered in this video, pause the video and look through this FAQ and it might have the info you're looking for. To end this video off, here's some of my own gameplay from the past couple of weeks in case you want to see more of the game. I reached Plat 4 playing almost exclusively Mew Robotics, so if you want to see a guide on how to use that sponsor, let me know in the comments and I would totally be willing to make one, or to make any other kind of video on this game that you guys would want to see. While you're here, make sure to check out the community tournaments that I've been running in the Mountaintop Playtest Discord server. I'm planning on having another tournament in the next beta playtest. With all that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.